Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to be breaking down a YouTube review for a supplement called Quietum Plus. Now look, we're not here to say whether its claims are true or not. What we are going to do is look at the story they're telling. How they pinpoint a problem, offer up a solution, and try to convince you it works. So let's get into it. So the review we're looking at kicks things off by getting right to the heart of a really frustrating problem. It just asks, tired of that annoying ringing and buzzing in your ear? I mean, that question is designed to grab anyone who's dealing with tinnitus and make them feel understood. It sets up that pain point right away.
Okay, so once they've established that problem, the review doesn't waste a single second. Nope. It pivots right over to what they're positioning as the answer.
And there it is, the proposed solution, Quietum Plus. According to the source, it's a dietary supplement made specifically to deal with hearing issues. And yep, they mention tinnitus by name. So you see what they did there? They're positioning this product as the direct answer to that question they just asked.
All right, so that's what it is. But, the really crucial part of this whole pitch is how it supposedly works. So let's dig into the mechanics that the review describes.
The review lays out a pretty specific chain of events. It claims the whole process starts when the supplement gets absorbed by your central nervous system. This is presented as, the essential first step that kicks everything else into gear.
So after that first step, the absorption, the source lays out this 4-stage process. The claim is that it first supports hearing, then it reduces stress, then it improves cognitive processes, and finally it provides a healthy inflammatory response. You can see how they're painting a picture of a really comprehensive, multi-layered solution here. All right, so that's the process they claim happens. But what about the results, the payoff? Let's get into the actual benefits the review promises you're going to get.
And this is a really smart way to frame the whole thing. The review positions Quietum Plus not just as any old solution, but as a natural treatment. It's put right up against what they call strong, expensive medication, basically setting it up as this much more approachable, all-natural alternative. And as for the specific results, wow, the source promises a whole lot. We're talking about completely removing tinnitus, eliminating all that ringing and buzzing, enhancing brain cells, and even improving your overall health. I mean, you got to admit, those are some pretty massive claims. Okay, this next claim is a really big one because it tackles safety head-on. The review says, and I'm quoting here, it has no contradictions and no side effects. The reason they give for this really bold statement, it's that all the ingredients are natural, which they say means you can take it without having to worry about it. So, after going through all the benefits of the product itself, the review shifts gears a little bit. It starts to focus on the how to buy it part, and they give a very specific piece of advice that honestly sounds a lot like a warning. The presenter is really clear about this. They warn you to only buy it from the official website. They frame this as the only possible way to get the original product and to make sure you avoid any kind of complications. And to kind of sweeten the deal and back up that purchasing warning, the review highlights another key feature. They position it as a kind of safety net for the customer. What is that safety net? It's a 60-day money-back guarantee. The source says that if you're not happy with the results for literally any reason inside that 2-month window, you can just ask for a full refund. But, and this is really important, there's a catch, and it links right back to that earlier warning. The review is super clear that this 60-day guarantee is only good for purchases made on the official website. They really emphasize that point. So let's just recap what we've seen. This review builds its case very carefully, right? It hones in on a specific problem, it presents a natural solution with a clear-sounding mechanism, it makes some incredibly bold promises, and then it funnels you to one single place to buy it, a place that's protected by a guarantee with a big condition. The story it tells basically leaves you, the viewer, with one simple but powerful question. Is this a natural path to silence? Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.